Hey guys, it's Chris. We're here to announce our official partnership with the oneauto movement out here in Arizona. We recently met up with our buddies Dwayne, Aaron, and Jay to talk about oneauto and I guess why it's a movement and not essentially a club. And we're here to, I guess, answer those questions that you might have.
Hey everybody, I'm Dwayne. I am the co-founder of oneauto movement.
I'm Jay. I'm also the co-founder of oneauto movement.
And I'm Aaron, also co-owner or co-founder of oneauto movement. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So a lot of you want to know a little bit more about oneauto because you've been watching us, following us, which we appreciate. We're a community-driven group. But we thought that this is the first time all three of us have been together. Dwayne is from Michigan, and the other two of us, we're here in Phoenix. So we're here with Vehicle View, and let's kind of answer a lot of you guys' questions.
First, let's set the tone and let them know where we are. Me being from Michigan, out here for the weekend in Barrett-Jackson, and we're at Scottsdale Pavilions right now.
We're at the Scottsdale Pavilions,
which is going on behind us right now, so you might hear some cars and trucks and stuff revving up and bass, so just bear with us.
For those of you who don't know, Scottsdale Pavilions is the largest running car show in the U.S. every Saturday. This is the biggest weekend because it's Barrett-Jackson weekend.
Right.
All
Alright, so a lot of people may wonder, what is oneauto?
oneauto is it's a movement, it's a culture, it's a philosophy. And where that philosophy stems from is, there's a lot of different car groups out there, and a lot of them say that you have to be this, you have to be that, you have to be static, you have to be lifted. But what oneauto really is you don't have to be anything but a car enthusiast.
Yeah, and that's the key, is that we want to emphasize it's not something you have to join or a club or anything like that. It's more about promoting the movement, which is all inclusive for all types of vehicles. I get it, everybody can't afford a Ferrari, but that doesn't mean the person that owns an expensive car loves their car more than the person that bought their first car, So we just want to promote that feeling and that camaraderie that comes between people that love cars in general.
Yeah, we have decal and stuff. You don't even have to run the decal. Just post us online, tag us in your pictures so we can follow you and find you. And we just want to see what you're passionate about, as opposed to like running t-shirts and decals and whatnot.
We're really trying to encourage people to step out of their bounds and introduce themselves at a car event to people that maybe don't drive the same type of vehicle, or see something and say, hey, you know what, that's cool, I can appreciate that.
So what's the best way, I guess, people can get involved, with oneauto?
The best way to get involved is, first off, find us on Instagram. It's oneauto movement. It's actually oneauto_movement. Find us on there. Follow us. We have our own hashtag. It's oneauto_movement. If you use that hashtag, we constantly go through the hashtags trying to find people that are, using our hashtags, so we can find you at your events or whatever it is that you're doing with your vehicles. That's the easiest way to find us first. We also have our website. It's oneautomovement.com. You can reach out to us through there, through the email. And we're also doing a oneauto story. You can email us your story, kind of like a history of you and your vehicle. And we really enjoy people sending us those so we can repost them and share them with everybody else.
Yeah, and a lot of times we'll actually be looking for you too. So one thing that we look for in different content is we want people to post photos of themselves around lifestyle. Because what oneauto is, it's also a lifestyle about vehicles. It's not just about your car, but it's about your passion. So if you have a passion for your vehicle, whether it's a car, motorcycle, ATV,
Truck.
whatever, a truck, show us those photos. We'd rather see photos of you working on your car or a bunch of people around a campfire with the cars in the background, because that's kind of the oneauto lifestyle. Because what oneauto really is at the end of the day, we're all enthusiasts, and we need to recognize people, and people need to understand that about each other. So one of the stories that I always say is, so when you go to a car meet, you have your vehicle, your whatever it is you're into, and it's about being able to look across the parking lot and seeing that other person is into their vehicle. So that may not be my vehicle of choice. I may not like that car personally, but I love the fact that that person liked it enough to do all those changes, and that's really what the oneauto movement is all about. Because we're all enthusiasts at the end of the day, and without you doing that to your car, maybe I wouldn't have the motivation to do something to my car to kind of one up and be a little bit better. So we all kind of push each other.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, none of us have similar cars. Like, I have a Camaro, he's got a Porsche, he's got an NSX. Like, it doesn't matter what you drive, honestly. I mean, it's more, like he said, it's more about the people. I mean, obviously, our passion of the automotive industry is like what brought us together to become friends, to form oneauto for you guys. And I mean, without that, I mean, we wouldn't have, I mean, without the cars, obviously, we wouldn't have been able to come together. But I mean, it's the passion that brought everybody together.
Considering you two, Aaron and Jay are from Arizona and Dwayne's from Michigan, does oneauto only is oneauto only secluded to those two states, or is it worldwide?
That's a question, go ahead.
No, not. Don't try to limit it that way. You know, Jay and I were friends. Jay used to live in Michigan, and we became really good friends. And we actually met through car culture in Michigan, and maintained the friendship long distance. And a lot of the people that once we get to meet them and talk to them, they kind of carry it with them. It goes out beyond just these two states. I mean, we have people all over the country, all over the world now kind of hitting us up and hashtagging and social media. So social media is great for continuing to put the word out and get it beyond just the two states that we're in now, physically.
We got, what, 4 countries?
Yeah, so we have oneauto. We have the oneauto decal is in Austria. We have New Zealand. We have Canada. We have Mexico, and of course here in the U.S. You know, our ultimate goal is to make it a global brand that basically is one thing that can kind of symbolize that we're all enthusiasts. So oneauto breaks the language barrier. You know, so you don't need to talk their language to understand where the enthusiast within comes from. Like we promote cross-platform. You know, there's not too many other movements out there that are like that. That's why if you look online, you'll see oneauto on Jeeps, like we were saying earlier. You'll see them on Benz, BMW motorcycles. You know, we have a lot of motorcycles running oneauto. I don't care if we see oneauto on a tractor trailer. I would love to see it on a tractor. I want to see it on a tank because it's all about transportation, right? So those guys in the military who drive their Humvees, man, they love their Humvees, and that's what I like. You know, the people who name their vehicles, there's something special. You know, there's something different about people who name their cars.
And we just want to be part of that and hear your stories and hear how you rep yourself and your culture wherever you are. So it's awesome.
It's a community-driven culture, and we try to be one of the first. One of the good things is we've had other cultures reach out to us and they say, hey, this is kind of what we've been looking for. And we're kind of doing the same thing over here in our section of the country or our section of the world. And we love those people. We want to reach out. We want to grow this thing. Let's build this thing together.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, it doesn't matter what you drive. I mean, there's obviously there's the groups that are all muscle car, all imports, or all exotics or whatever. I mean, we're more or less trying to mesh everybody together as opposed to kind of segregate one another.
Right.
Like where you go to car shows, sometimes, I mean, even here, I mean, you go sometimes and you'll see all rows of only muscle cars and then all rows of only imports. And we're more or less trying to bring everybody together as a whole, as an automotive,
it's a family.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
more or less like an
a
automotive family as opposed to trying to be oh, well, you can't join us because you don't have a lifted truck, or you can't join us because you don't have a bag vehicle, whatever. We're more or less trying to bring everybody together.
Because I think really true enthusiasts, if given the opportunity, would not drive the same car. I mean, if I told you I could buy you 4 cars, you wouldn't buy 4 GTRs. You would get a Ferrari, a GTR, maybe a lifted truck to go mudding on the weekends, and a minivan. I don't know if you're into minivans or you need one. But the point is that if given a choice to have multiple cars, not all of us are in that position where we can do that. You will find out that people want to have different experiences when it comes to vehicles and events and stuff like that. And the only way to get that out for a lot of people is to just be inclusive when you have events and stuff.
So at the end of the day, is oneauto a club, or explain that more?
Absolutely not. We're not a club. We're not trying to say somebody can't join because of whatever they drive. We are more of a movement as opposed to a club. We're not a club. We're trying to, obviously bring everybody together, not let somebody in because they don't drive a certain type of car or whatever. We're trying to bring everybody together. It's definitely a movement, not a club.
So the only thing that we ask is that you help promote the movement by being inclusive in your events, going out of your way maybe to introduce yourself to people and spread the word. And that's the biggest thing you can do to help promote the One Auto movement. We do get a lot of people that send us emails and have comments about, well, how do I join, or how can I help promote? And the biggest thing you can do is point people to the webpage. There's more information on there about our thoughts on car culture and how it should be more inclusive. And I think if you just help get the word out and use the hashtag, use your social media to promote, we will definitely shower love your way. That's just how we do.
As a community, we're only as good as everyone allows us to be. This is your movement. We're just kind of help piloting the ship.
Yeah. It's good to say that, we help. I'd like to look back and say 5 years from now that we helped start something that has taken over and helped the automotive community as a whole come together. Because there's a lot of ways outside of the automotive community that you can be segregated or grouped or, felt like you weren't included. And the last thing we need is to feel that way about something you're passionate about, which is automotive.
One Auto, all inclusive, non-exclusive.
I mean, it's true. Like, there's people that I've met that I hang out with on a very regular basis now. That if I met them outside of say a car show or something, I probably would have never talked to that guy or never met that individual and became friends with them. We became friends because of cars that brought us together. Our passion brought us together and created an amazing friendship. And, I mean, without my car, that wouldn't have happened.
If you take a look at the vehicles that are running the One Auto decals, you'll find an entire variety. From Grand Ams to Mini Coopers to everything. And then when you look at all the photos, like Aaron was saying earlier, you'll see a ton of different cars. And what it is we make sure people understand that they're part of a family. That's why we're not a car club. We're a community-driven, movement.
So the point of this video is to really, talk about what we've been up to lately and our recent collaboration with the One Auto movement, and really just to emphasize that we have parallel beliefs about the car community and that we're just trying to tell stories. Everybody has their own build, everybody has their own, car, or any form of transportation, and we all respect it because we're all enthusiasts. We're all a part of this culture, and that's kind of what our whole series of The View, that's what it's really about, is finding owners who have great builds and really connecting with them on more than just a build level, really going into their ownership of the car and what they think about it, because like I said, we are just all enthusiasts, and all of this communication, builds friendships and really changes lives, and that's the point of the culture.
Ooh.